the way your liver regrows. The liver is the only organ in the human body that has the incredible ability to completely regenerate itself. If a person has a large portion of their liver removed due to injury or surgery, the remaining part can grow back to its original full size in just a few weeks. The liver cells begin to multiply rapidly until the organ reaches the exact weight and volume needed for the person's body. As long as at least 25% of the liver is healthy and intact, it can eventually perform a full recovery. The way your eyes see upside down. The lens in your eye works just like a camera lens. When light enters your eye, the lens refracts it and projects an image onto the retina at the back of your eyeball. Because of the way light travels through a curved lens, the image that lands on your retina is actually upside down and backwards. However, you do not see the world upside down because your brain is an expert at processing information. As soon as the signal reaches your brain, it automatically flips the image right side up so that the world makes sense to you. The deepest living plant in the ocean. Most plants cannot live deep in the ocean because they need sunlight to perform photosynthesis, and sunlight disappears very quickly as you go deeper. However, a type of red algae has been found living at a depth of nearly 900 feet. At this depth, the light is extremely dim, but this algae has evolved specialized pigments that can capture the very faint blue light that reaches that far down. It grows very slowly on rocks on the seafloor, proving that life can find a way to survive even in the most shadowed parts of the planet. The way snakes smell with their tongues. When you see a snake flicking its tongue in and out, it is not trying to be scary. It is actually smelling the air. The snake's tongue is forked so that it can pick up chemical particles from two different directions at once. When the tongue goes back into the mouth, the tips fit into a specialized organ on the roof of the mouth called the Jacobson's organ. This organ analyzes the chemicals and tells the snake's brain exactly what is nearby and which direction it is located, helping the snake track down food or find a mate in the dark. The incredible vision of the dragonfly. A dragonfly is one of the most successful hunters on the planet, catching about 95% of the prey it chases. This is largely because of its incredible eyes. Each of its two large eyes is made up of nearly 30,000 tiny lenses called ommatidia. These lenses point in almost every direction, giving the dragonfly a 360-degree view of the world. While humans see the world like a single movie, a dragonfly sees it as a massive mosaic of images. They can detect motion much faster than we can, which makes a flying fly look like it is moving in slow motion to them. Many birds fly thousands of miles during migration and return to the exact same nest every year. They can do this because they have a built-in biological compass that detects the Earth's magnetic field. Scientists have found tiny crystals of a mineral called magnetite in the beaks and brains of some birds. More surprisingly, some birds may actually be able to see the magnetic field. A special protein in their eyes reacts to blue light and the magnetic pole, potentially creating a faint glowing pattern in their field of vision that tells them which way is north. The world's largest seed. The coco de mer is a rare palm tree found only in the Seychelles Islands that produces the largest and heaviest seed in the plant kingdom. A single seed can weigh up to 60 pounds, which is about the weight of a large dog. Because the seed is so massive and heavy, it cannot float on water like a normal coconut. If it falls into the ocean, it sinks to the bottom. This means the tree can only grow on the specific islands where it is already located. The seed takes up to 7 years to fully mature and can stay on the forest floor for many months before it finally begins to sprout. The secret language of African elephants. Elephants communicate with each other using sounds that are so low in pitch that humans cannot hear them. These sounds are called infrasound. Because low-frequency sounds travel better through obstacles like trees and hills, elephants can send messages to other herds that are over 6 miles away. They can communicate about where to find water, warn others of danger, or even call for a mate. Elephants also have sensitive pads on their feet that can pick up these vibrations through the ground, allowing them to feel a distant elephant's call before they even hear it. The incredible pumping power of a giraffe heart. Because a giraffe is so tall, its heart has to work twice as hard as a human heart to push blood all the way up its neck to its brain. A giraffe's heart is a massive muscle that can weigh up to 25 pounds and is 2 feet long. It produces the highest blood pressure of any land animal. To make sure the high pressure doesn't cause a stroke when a giraffe bends down to drink, it has a complex web of blood vessels in its head that acts as a pressure regulator, slowing the flow of blood safely. The only animal that can turn inside out. The sea cucumber is a strange, tube-shaped animal that lives on the ocean floor and has a very gross but effective way to defend itself. When it is attacked by a crab or a fish, it can literally shoot its own internal organs out of its back end. These sticky, toxic intestines tangle up the predator and sometimes even poison it. While this seems like it would be fatal, the sea cucumber can actually survive this process. Over the next few weeks, it simply regrows its stomach and other organs and goes back to its normal life. The way your lungs breathe. Your lungs are not just empty balloons. They're filled with a complex tree-like network of tubes that end in tiny air sacs called alveoli. There are about 300 million of these tiny sacs in your lungs. If you were to take all the alveoli out of a pair of human lungs and spread them out flat, they would cover an area about the size of an entire tennis court. This massive surface area is necessary because it allows your body to absorb enough oxygen from the air to keep all of your cells alive and working. The natural glow of the ocean. Many creatures in the deep sea have the ability to create their own light through a chemical reaction called bioluminescence. This light is usually blue or green because those colors travel furthest through water. Animals like the anglerfish use a glowing lure on their heads to attract prey in the dark. Other creatures, like certain types of shrimp, can spit out a cloud of glowing liquid to distract a predator while they swim away. In the deepest parts of the ocean where no sunlight reaches, bioluminescence is the primary way that animals communicate and find food. The way a chameleon changes color. Most people think chameleons change color to match their background, but they actually do it to show their emotions or to react to temperature. Under their skin, they have layers of specialized cells called iridophores that contain tiny salt crystals. By tightening or relaxing their skin, the chameleon changes the space between these crystals. This causes the crystals to reflect different wavelengths of light, turning the skin from green to bright red, yellow, or blue. It is more like a mood ring than a camouflage suit. The memory of a migrating salmon. Salmon are famous for their ability to swim from the ocean back to the exact stream where they were born to lay their eggs. They navigate the open ocean using the Earth's magnetic field, but once they get closer to land, they use their sense of smell. A salmon can remember the unique chemical signature of the water from its home stream. Their sense of smell is so sharp that they can detect one drop of their home water in an amount of liquid equal to 10 Olympic-sized swimming pools. The way a tree heals its wounds. When a tree loses a branch or gets a cut in its bark, it does not heal like a human does. Instead of repairing the old tissue, the tree performs a process called compartmentalization. It grows a chemical wall around the damaged area to seal it off and prevent rot or bugs from spreading to the rest of the tree. Then, it grows new layers of wood and bark over the top of the wound. This is why you can sometimes see a lumpy scar on a tree trunk. The original injury is still there, but it has been safely locked away inside the tree forever. The incredible strength of a human hair. A single strand of human hair might seem fragile, but it is surprisingly strong. One hair can hold about 3.5 ounces of weight, which is roughly the weight of 2 large chocolate bars. Because an average human head has about 100,000 hairs, if you combine them all into a rope, your hair would be strong enough to support the weight of 2 full-sized elephants. This strength comes from a protein called keratin, which is organized into a very tight, overlapping structure that makes the hair flexible but very difficult to snap. The way a bat hangs upside down. Bats spend most of their time hanging upside down, which would be very tiring for a human because our muscles have to work to grip things. However, bats have a special tendon in their legs that works like a lock. When a bat lands and lets its weight hang, the tendon automatically pulls the claws shut. This means the bat stays securely attached to the ceiling without using any muscle energy at all. They can even die while hanging upside down and remain there until something knocks them loose. The deepest lake in the world. Lake Baikal in Russia is the deepest and oldest lake on Earth. It is over 5,000 feet deep and contains about 20% of all the fresh surface water in the world. This is more water than all 5 of the Great Lakes in North America combined. Because the lake has been isolated for so long, it is home to thousands of plants and animals that are found nowhere else on the planet, including the Baikal seal, which is the only species of seal that lives exclusively in fresh water. The way your stomach protects itself. The acid in your stomach is strong enough to dissolve metal, yet it does not eat through your own body. This is because your stomach is lined with a thick, gooey layer of mucus that acts as a shield. Your stomach also has to recreate this entire lining every few days. If your stomach stopped producing this mucus, the acid would begin to digest the stomach itself, which is what happens when someone gets an ulcer. This balance between powerful acid and protective slime is what allows you to break down tough food safely. The way an octopus can squeeze through holes. An octopus has no bones in its body, except for a hard, parrot-like beak. This means that an octopus can fit its entire body through any opening that is large enough for its beak to pass through. If an octopus finds a hole the size of a coin, it can stretch and squish its muscles and organs to slide through the gap. This makes them masters of escape in aquariums and allows them to hide in tiny cracks in the ocean floor where predators cannot reach them. The speed of the Earth's rotation. While you feel like you're standing still, you are actually moving very fast right now. At the equator, the Earth is spinning at a speed of about 1,000 miles per hour. At the same time, the Earth is zooming around the Sun at about 67,000 miles per hour. The reason you do not feel this motion is because everything around you, the air, the buildings, and the ground, are moving at the exact same constant speed. It is like being in a very smooth airplane. You only feel the motion if the speed changes suddenly. The fact that your teeth are unique. Just like your fingerprints, your teeth are completely unique to you. No two people in the world, not even identical twins, have the exact same set of teeth. This is why dental records are often used by experts to identify people. Your teeth are also the only part of your body that cannot repair itself. While your skin, bones, and even some organs can heal, once the enamel on your teeth is damaged, it is gone forever, which is why taking care of them is so important. The way sharks use their skin to swim faster. If you were to touch the skin of a shark, it would feel like rough sandpaper. This is because shark skin is covered in millions of tiny, tooth-like scales called dermal denticles. These scales are shaped like small V-grooves. As the shark swims, these grooves reduce the drag of the water and help the water flow more smoothly over the body. This allows the shark to swim much faster and more quietly than other fish. Engineers have even studied this design to create special coatings for airplanes and competitive swimsuits to help them move through air and water with less resistance.